setting is important for any serious-minded individual that truly want to take his or her life very seriously. Now, to me, I'll begin by saying, Tony Robbins said, it's a goal setting is the first step of turning the invisible into visible. And it's very important for people to understand from that simple statement, turning the invisible into visible. It means that some of the things that you visualize, some of the things that you want in your life, a matter of fact, goal setting, the first step to goal setting is to first have what I call desire. You must have a desire. You must have a desire for something. And like they say, desire is the starting point of every achievement in life. You want to have the tallest building in town. You want to be the owner of the best, manufacturing company. You want to drive the best of cars. You want to live in Banana Island. You want to live in major highbrow in Lagos. You must first desire it. Without desire, you cannot achieve any goal. So the first step to it is that you must have a desire for what you really want, not just only for that particular year, because I heard John said, maybe he's going to start his own, or maybe start writing his own goal from September, which happens to be his birthday. It doesn't work like that. You need to start by putting in some steps. I hope I'm loud.
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you. GS, you had a question for him?
Yes, I had a question. I actually missed out a lot of, because my audio just couldn't, I couldn't catch a lot of it. But really, Dr. Latunji, thanks so much for that. I want to know, what are the pertinent questions that one should ask himself or herself, in goal setting? What are those questions that you must ask yourself when you're setting goals?
Yeah, it's very simple. To me, I put together like 5 questions that you need to ask yourself. One of the first is, what do I want to be? What do I want to be? Like, you have to look at yourself within the next 5 years, within the next 1 year. What do I want to be? So it means that you must first have that question. It's a question you ask yourself personally. The second question is, what do I want people to say of me? What do I want people to say of me? Because it's very important that, am I the type that is influencing or impacting people? What kind of blueprint do I have in people's life? What do I want people to say of me? Matter of fact, I'm not saying you should, depend your life on what people people's opinion. It doesn't matter, but what people will say of me, because you're not going to be a nuisance, like you say. An idiot being motivated will become a motivated idiot. You have to tell yourself, what do people say of me? The third is, what do I want to be? What do I want to be? Okay, what do you want to become? I tell people, quite frankly, I tell them, you become what you think about. You become what you think about. You need to understand that whatever you're thinking, because thoughts are things, for you to change the things you don't want in your life, you must have to start addressing your thought. Now, the fourth one is, where do I want to be? Where do I want to be?
Where? Okay.
Am I clear? Am I clear enough?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Please carry on.
Yeah, where do I want to be? That's the fourth. Where do you want to be within the next 5 years, within the next 10 years? Where do I want to be? Do I want to be like Dangote? Do I want to be like Otedola? Do I want to be the CEO of the best manufacturing company in town? Do I want to be, a better person? I want to be a managing director in my own place of work. And the last one is, where will I end my life? So with these 5 questions, I believe there are things that will help you to align your goal in the right direction. And it is very important Now, with these 5 questions, you now have to have what I call, you have a clearer mental picture of where you want to be, all right? So if you ask these 5 questions, it will help you to put together a clearer mental picture of what you want for yourself.
Okay, so Dr. Latinji, because I was taking notes when you were talking, let me just go through this again. It's really for those who are at home. So number 1 is, what do I want to be? Am I correct?
Absolutely.
Number 2 is, what do I want people to say of me?
Yes.
Even though I'll take up with that later. Then what do I want to become? That's number 3.
Yes, sir.
Even though I feel like what do I want to be and what do I want to become is almost similar. Then where do I want to be and where will I end my life? The 4 questions to ask yourself when you're doing the goal setting.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. So I think for me, I want you to go back to number 2. What do you want people to say of me? How do we, so it's basically, which is what life has really become now, it's all about perception. Is it how you are perceived or how you really are? And I don't even know how I'm going to ask this question without even seeming like,
actually.
yeah, is it how I'm perceived or how, because we're in the age of social media where somebody is carrying a camera around the phone with you to show like a perceived kind of life. And then there is also the real person that you are in your, what's it called? In your closet. That's 1. And then 2, in a country like Nigeria where people go around being mediocre and very incompetent, and I always seem like this one, Wala, is always too much. Do you understand? How do you do that balance of how you are perceived or how people say that this one is either this Wala is too much or truly just wants excellence? I don't know if you get my question.
Yeah, I think I got your question. And I will begin answering that question by saying, to me, first, I don't let people's opinion to determine my reality. I don't let people's opinion to determine my reality. When I have a clearer mental picture of where I'm going in life, then I wouldn't say what people will say of me, but let me coin it better way so you can understand that what would they say of me? Am I the type that leave legacy or impacting people? Am I the type that is just a nuisance around people? Am I the type that is like you're just there, you're not adding any influence, you're not making life, like people are not looking up to you for something? Are you the type that you just living life like you just believe you're just living by yourself? You just believe that whatever you're doing, you're just on your own? So basically, when you have a consciousness of the fact that what will people say of me, all right? When you have a consciousness of the fact that what people will say of me, it will guide you and it will make you to ensure that you are really moving from what I call, unconscious incompetent into conscious competent, right? I hope that is clear.
Yeah, conscious competence. So yeah, that's clear.
Yes. Dr. Lachide, I have a different kind of worry, because I see that we are becoming so dependent on goal setting, So if goal setting is like a roadmap to our success, are we allowed to modify our pathway to success? Because you don't have all the answers from the beginning. As you move along, are you allowed to tweak here and there
just okay.
and work to the answer?
Dr. Latinji, can you hear us?
Yes, John. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
John, I think is very clear. You see, sometimes while you're trying to pursue your goals, there are some certain things that will come in. In fact, sometimes you will be frustrated. I tell most people that your goals, sometimes they're going to stress you. Sometimes your goal will seem to be like it's impossible to achieve. Now, in the process, modifying your goal, that's where you need to also have what I call understand or differentiate between the short-term goal and your long-term goal. Now, in the process of trying to achieve your long-term goals. All right. So the short-term goal is what you can tag or look at it like, okay, what if I put this? Can I achieve this thing from this period? Let's say in a month, for example. Now I want to, I let's say maybe I need some certain things in this month of January. Now, and you know that your kind of income you want to achieve by the end of the year, that your monthly income you want to be achieving is like maybe, for example, let's say 1 million naira is what you want to be having for yourself on a monthly basis. And you know that realistically, what you have right now is just about 200,000 naira they are paying you in salary. Now, you have put the goals. You have put the goal. You know that with my goal, I'm going to work it to help bring the right element to me. So your short-term goal is what is going to help you. How do you get a short-term goal? By putting together something realistic, or do I need to get something that could help me achieve extra income? And that's why I tell people this fact. I tell them, I said, your level, your income level will not far exceed the level of your personal development. You also develop yourself. What books am I reading? Who do I listen to? Who is mentoring me? Like they say, those who lack mentors lack method. You need to know and ask people, am I getting better? And I give you an example, John. In the year 2018, I have some list of goals. All right? It's about 10. And at the end of that year, I look at it, I was doing my check on the list of goals I have for myself. But I was able to realize that it's only 6 that I've been able to achieve, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And what happened to the next 4? Now, luckily, I saw my mentor. His name is David Imonite Jr. He lives in the US, a multi-million-dollar man. And I told him, I showed him, and he said it, he looked at it, he said, Afolabi, wait for it. This will happen. He said, you need to understand that what the book of Habakkuk 2:2 said. The book of Habakkuk 2:2 said, sorry, I'm a Christian for those listening to me. That's like a guide for me. He said, write the vision, make it plain on a plain paper or whatever it is. He said, that vision you wrote down, he said, wait for it. He said, though it may tarry, right? He said, but wait for it because the vision is set for an appointed time. Okay. It means that it will happen, but there are some obstacles. There are some aches, like things you need to go across to achieving your goal. So those things are the things you need to identify. But at the end of it all, editing or modifying your goal is what I call the short-term goal. So that's like a marking point towards achieving your greater goal.
Okay.
Okay. So it's fantastic that you quoted that scripture about writing, because I was just about to ask you that, despite all that is said about goal setting, many people never put their, the goals into, writing. So how do such people still succeed, with their goals if they don't, write it down and itemize, like this is what, and articulate it, okay, this is what I want to achieve here, and all of that?
Yeah.
Yes, it's simple. No wonder the Holy Book says it's simple perish for lack of vision. It's just that you without vision, it means the vision is how you visualize your life in the other way, in the future. You're visualizing your life. You're saying what will become of me within the next few years. Now, in talking about writing down your goal, there's no goal. In fact, I've never seen any successful person in life without a goal. You can ask all the rich and wealthy people, they have their goals. Now, they could do it unconsciously, and they don't really know that this is what they are doing, but they have list of something. They have list of what they tend to achieve. Those are their goals. Now, I'll tell you, in actualizing your goals, if you don't write down, because you need to ink it, you need to have a notepad and pen, like you said, the vision board. You can have it at the back, like everywhere. In fact, if you cannot write it down, put it in your screensaver and, tell yourself and develop what I call a daily affirmation. You need to develop a daily affirmation. Now, the daily affirmation is what is going to prime your brain into helping you to achieve this goal. The daily affirmation can be so simple by saying, I am so grateful and thankful now that I am now earning about 1 million naira every month by December 31st, 2022. All right? So it can be so simple because the moment you have that affirmation, now that affirmation is very important. I recommend that there's no how you will say you want to achieve this without writing it down. Because the ultimate goal is basically who you have become at the end or in the process of putting down your goal. So you need to write it down. You need to write it down. It's very compulsory. It's very necessary. And put it around you.
Okay, Dr. Olatunji. Our next goal now is to take a break. Yes. So we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back. Stay with us. Yeah.
I miss them.
Well, they should be on their way by now.
Will it feel like it used to? With everyone so busy these days.
It will be fine.
Suddenly, feels like I'm gonna fall. I can see all of my dreams so perfectly.
Look at lineup! Single file!
Love's not a dream at all. Somebody
Grandpa, what was Grandma like?
She always found ways to bring us all together. It took me a while to discover how she does it.
Devon Kings, taste that brings us all together.
If it's all trending in the entertainment industry, then we'll definitely be talking about it.
We bring you the funny, controversial, and hottest topics making waves in the entertainment scene worldwide.
We also interview all your favorite celebrities and keep you locked down with fun segments and live performances. Tea Time, showing every weekday at 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. and of course the repeat at 4:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m.
Whether you like it or not, the dryness and dust is coming. And this time, it might not give up that easily. But do the people have the power to shake it off?
Well, of course they do, and you do too. Kick dry skin to the curb and get smooth, intensely nourished skin with Nivea's deep moisture lotions and lip balms. Follow the story online, #DoneWithDryness.
Increase the reach of your events or business services. To advertise on Plus TV Africa, please call 0906 000 5719 or 0909 040 8408 or send an email to marketing@PlusTvAfrica.com. Plus TV Africa. Big stories live here.
Thank you for staying with us. You're still watching Today with John and Helen. And today's John Afumi. Okay, so Dr. Olatunji, because we're running out of time, we're going to go to the wellness segment very, very shortly. I wanted to find out from you, how do we link our short-term goals and our long-term goals? So, you know, some people have like 3-year plans, 5-year plans, but how do I link it to just making simple plans from the quarter for like 3 months to my 3-year plan goal? How do I link both together?
It's very simple. Well, it's not like it's very, very simple. Together it has to begin from you first identify them first. You know your long-term goal, maybe you want to buy a house. And then in the process, you know that you can achieve with reality that you've been faced with. Your reality can be your income, what you're earning at the moment. You know, your income is not going to help you to achieve that. So the short-term goal is now what you now need to look at. Okay, what can I do? How can I start, you know, doing maybe some sort of business or certain work that could help me to put together some kind of savings that will help me to ultimately achieve my goal. Now, it could start from maybe I'm working for a company at the moment, and I know my salary is about, let's say, 200,000 naira. With that 200,000 naira, you know, for the next 5 years, this is not going to help you. So the short-term goal will be that, what can I look for? And I talk about personal development. You should not sit in your comfort zone and you're thinking that, okay, your comfort zone could be that your work. And what you need to do is to ensure that I need to move out of my comfort zone to become comfortable with the unfamiliar. Now, what is the unfamiliar? You know, facing what you don't know, getting to develop yourself, getting to look for opportunities that will help you to start putting these things into reality, okay? I look at myself and I look at my income, which is my reality. All I need to do is that, what can I do to give me extra income? So you start putting together things that you know, that you don't know and you want to know. So you now start from developing yourself. You now start from looking for different source. Maybe is an opportunity to learn something within a few months that is help you to start putting together maybe extra income, maybe some extra 50,000 naira by the month or some extra 100,000 naira by the month, and you know, within 6 months I can actually achieve this. So you start looking at these things and you start planning. If it's to save it, you can start working at it. If it's to put it together, at the end of it, so you know that when you start having this thing with your other reality, you know, you are, gradually gravitating into actualizing your goal. So to me, I see that the long-term goal and the short-term goal, they are way different. Most of the time I tell people, the short-term goals are the things you want to achieve like today. It can be the things you want to achieve within a month. It can be the things you want to achieve within a week. And the long-time goal can be things you want to. In fact, I tell people, if you are putting down a long-time goal, you can start by first identifying the time, the duration of which you want to see this goal come to be. Put it, give it a timeline, maybe 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, but don't let it exceed 10 years, okay? Now, don't let it exceed 10 years. Note that your long-time goal should either be 1 year, 2 years, 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, 6 years, or 10 years. The max you want to do on your long-time goal should be 10 years. So that short-time goal you now have will not be the marking point, all right?
Yes.
Will not be the marking point. You're not like, okay, have I been able to achieve this for the month? Then you look at the next month.
Yes.
And then that's when you align it. And then you see that, things that seem to be impossible will not be possible.
Absolutely. But you know what? It makes me feel like a ball juggler. And that's what you call the balancing act.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Dr. Latunji, could you please unravel this for me? Sometimes, you see, we're inspired by the successes of other people. I want to be like him. I want to be like her. Yeah. And therefore, we tend to want to wear the cloak of other people, because maybe there are role models or whatever. How safe is this? Trying to be who you are not.
Well, that's a very important question. How safe it is trying to be someone else that you are not.
Yes.
Now, I'll tell you straight up, John. First, you just need to understand, is the person I want to be, is it the type that if I become this person, or if I try to model my life after this person, my life will be better? Now, you say you want to choose a mentor, and that's why it's very important. I advise anybody to choose a mentor. It's like you trying to go to Lekki now, and you don't know the road to Lekki. Shouldn't you ask somebody that already knows the road than for you to say you want to keep trying? Now, trying is not going to get you anywhere. One of my mentors says something: if you don't know where you are going, everywhere will look like it. You need to identify where you're going. You need to identify who you're modeling yourself after. I'll tell you something. There's one of my mentor that, is a phenomenal guy. He's a great guy. And, in his marriage, he has some glitches in his marriage. And my wife told me, he said, Afolabi, hey, now that this your mentor, his marriage is not good. So are you going to tell me that will this still be your mentor in this area? So I have to now say, okay, he can be my mentor in this other area. But, I told myself, I didn't tell her anyway, that, okay, I would rather look for someone that, has a better marriage and, he can also help to, help somebody that knows that we're growing. I hope that answers it. So you must understand what you really want in that person, who you're modeling after, who do you want to be mentored by, and then follow and do what that person is doing. That's what I call the reality principle. The reality principle states that if you want to be successful in that area, it means that maybe you want what that person is doing. It's a find out what these people have done. He said, then do it over and over until you get the same result they have acquired. So it is what it is.
Great.
All right. That's a lot. Okay, so Dr. Olatunji, I just want to know, sometimes we reach our goals much earlier than we imagined. So what next? My goal is to earn 3.5 million pounds per month by January 2022. I've reached that goal now. So what next? What am I supposed to do?
Do you sit back? Or
just sit back and just relax and just flexing my goals.
Yeah. Okay. What next is you need to plan another goal. In fact, have your goals every year. Review your goal. You're not going to stop. You will need to start, writing those goals. If you achieve this goal, like you said, 3.5 million naira every month, that's good. I like that. I like when you challenge yourself. Now, I tell you, there is something that has changed when you put down your goal, and that's the most important thing, and which is the ultimate. The ultimate, or the ultimate, or what you hope to be, is that the person you have basically become in the process of putting down your goal is ultimate. Okay, nothing else matters, right? You are becoming a better person. You can see that now my life has a meaning and purpose. You are not just living just by, you are becoming a better person. If I'm able to put down my goal, what I become or what I have become in the process is what matters. To me, it is not about having the goal completed, it is what I have become in the process that matters. And at the same time, when that goal is done, you need to also have another goal.
That makes a lot of sense, Dr.
I like that. It's the journey, not the destination.
Yes. And you see, I guess that the same principle would apply to when you kind of like think you're still far away from your goals.
Yeah.
So, it's a matter of reassessing your situation, where you are your timelines in order, and all of that.
Yeah.
Dr. Olatunji, I wish we could.
Yeah, we don't want you to go, actually. But time is fast spent. We don't want you to go. It has been a fantastic session.
Yes.
I'm looking, because I know you're currently in Uyo right now. I'm looking forward to when you come to Lagos, so we can just have more expansive conversations. And if you're having like a session, please invite me. I like to have like a goal setting session where you can just actually get to plan everything. Thank you so much for your time. It has truly been an enlightening time with you today.
Yes, it is. So up next is our fitness segment, and Ferron and Omomi Akinifesi, who's an ex-beauty queen. I don't agree with her. I think she's still a beauty queen. And she's an integrative coach as well, a personal branding consultant. We'll be discussing the importance of failure. Stay with us.
Hello everyone, I'm Dolly Phillips, and with me is Steven and Elvis, and we're going to take you through a simple aerobic workout. Now, Steven is going to do the easier version, and Elvis and I will do the intermediate version. So as we get into it, we're going to start with a quick dynamic stretch. Let's breathe in and out, and in, and out. Give me two more. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. One more. and out. Shoulder rolls back. Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Bring it forward. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Circle arms back. Let's go. 1, 2. Move your feet slightly, side to side. Big smile on your face. Come on, forward. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Now we're going to open up the chest. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We're going to push up to the ceiling. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now bring your knees up. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is to wake up those abs. Come on. Let's do 8 more. Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Touch your ankles behind. Come on, guys. Let's get it up a bit. Come on. 7. Yes. 6, 5. Touch those ankles. 4, 3, 2. Now bring it to a march. We're going to do a grapevine. We're going to move to the left and move to the right. Stephen is going to go this way, just nice and easy, and tap. But Elvis and I, we're going to add a hop, yes? Let's go! Come on! 1, 2, 3, punch out. Punch out. 3, 4, 5. Active recovery, we're marching. Now we're going to step forward. We're going to step this way and back. Guys, are you ready? Other leg, let's go. Hey! Nice and slow. Stephen is going to stay here, nice and easy. Double up, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Other side, let's go. Slow. Hey! Come on, you've got this. Right leg working now. 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Get ready to double up. Come on, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Give me 8 more. Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. March it out. Now we're going to go into some hip openers. 1, 2, 3, and you open up the hips. March 1, 2, 3, and open up the hips. Are we ready? Have we got it? Are we good? 5, 6, 7. Come on, bring it up. 1, 2, 3. Hey! Hey! There we go. Very nice. 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Now bring it from outside in. Hey! There we go. 2, 3. Nice. 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 knees. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 knees. 1, 2, 3. 4 knees again. 1, 2, 3. 4 knees. 1. Stephen is going to stay here. We are going to add a jump. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. We're going to do some boxing now. Have you got this? Jab, cross. Jab and cross. Have you got it? Come on, guys. Are we good? Let's go. Double. Come on. One. Give me some power. There we go. Forward. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 8 and 7. Very good. 6, 5. Very good. 4, 3. Remember, you don't need to go so low. And 1. Let's add a kick now. Squat. Kick. Come on. Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. 1 more. Very good. March it out. Now, we're going to go double time. Are you ready? Double time. Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. job. March it out. March it out. We're going to do our windmill now. Hands up. We're going to raise those legs and touch our toes. If you can't, follow Stephen. He's just touching his knees. Nice and slow. 1, up, 2. Remember, we're going to double up. Save your energy. Touch your knees. Follow Stephen. If you can't touch your toes, follow Elvis and I. If you can. Double time. Let's go. 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4. Very good. 3, 2, and 1. Catch your breath. We're going to do this one again. We're going to do this one again. Are you guys ready? Are we feeling it? Are we getting warm? Nice one. 5, 6. Nice and slow first. Let's go right leg. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Very good. 5, 6, 7. Double time. Come on, let's go. 8. Energy. 6. You've got this. 5. Don't give up. 4. Very good. 3, 2, and 1.
I used to care for the world's opinion. I used to beg for validation. But the fire that burned in me was hotter, and the passion that lived in me had a voice of its own. So I stopped waiting and started to act. I stopped fearing and started to live. And when they thought I would fail, I stepped into my power.
Because my time is now.
Amstel Malta, be your best.
Hello and welcome. It's Nimasa This Week, the voice of maritime. Nimasa This Week is brought to you by the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency. Statutorily mandated to ensure that there is regulation and promotion of matters affecting our waters. NIMASA bears responsibility for search and rescue, shipping development, and ship registration.
NIMASA This Week, the voice of maritime, showing on this channel.
Nigeria's Niger Delta region, from where the black gold fuels Africa's largest economy, where the lines between wealth and poverty has never been thinner. Conflicts, poverty, insecurity, and environmental challenges daily confront the region. How can the Niger Delta story be changed for the better?
Join Mamode Akuga at 9 p.m. every Friday evening on PlusTvAfrica as he probes deep in search of solutions.
Inside the Niger Delta with Mamode Akuga, the authentic voice of Nigeria's oil-rich region.
I know, of course, that when you go to court, if your land is not registered, you cannot use it in court of law. Then issue of priority. I also want you to discuss priority. If your land is not registered, what happens when it comes to issue of priority?
Basically, why people run away from registering their titles, the cost implication. Because a lot of people don't even know. They just assume it's expensive, they cannot afford it. But I ask, why would you buy a land and you don't want to register it?
But you need to let them know why. What are the implications?
For your own interest, because basically, for instance, government may come tomorrow and want to revoke that title or that particular area. How do you ask for compensation if you don't have title?
Space and Style, 6:30 p.m. on Saturdays and 5:30 p.m. on Wednesdays.
Hey, what's up, guys? You're welcome to another edition of Plus Event, and I remain your host, Ifeoluwa Oshuke. Your absence isn't an excuse anymore, as Plus Event is all you need, as we bring you the glitz, the glamour, and loads of fun.
Oh, definitely. No question. He's a living legend.
Oh, God forbid, Holy Ghost fire, I know.
I just want to be blown away. I want to be wild. This is 11 years of doing it.
I'm surrounded by so much positivity. No, it's okay.
Yo, what's up, my people? It's your boy Starboy Terry. You're watching
Plus Event
on Plus TV.
Stay glued to Plus TV Africa every Saturday and Sunday, 4:30 p.m. West African time.
Some of us hear the word failure and get uncomfortable. So uncomfortable, we go into denial. Failure, okay? Never. I will never fail in Jesus' name. God forbid. But here's the thing. If you don't fail, how will you succeed? In my opinion, failure isn't a bad thing, because when you fail, you just need to get up and try again and try again and try again until one day you succeed. So for me, my prayer is that I will always be wise enough to learn from my failures. And that's why today's focus area is the importance of failure as it relates to goal setting. And to discuss this topic with me today is ex-beauty queen, life coach, and personal branding consultant, Omomi Akinifesi. Omomi is a certified life coach, an NLP practitioner, and a certified project manager and business analyst. Omomi is the first beauty queen to win 3 crowns in the same year, having been crowned the most beautiful girl in Nigeria, Miss Tourism International Ukraine, and Miss Bikini International Black Sea Odessa, all of which were in 2005. She is also a representative of the Miss World Beauty Pageant in China. Omomi holds a certificate in Women in Entrepreneurship and Leadership in Africa from the China Entrepreneurial Business School. She also studied business at the Alibaba Business School in China and Business and Innovation at IESE in New York. She's also a delegate of the Harvard Business School. Omomi is has a ready-to-wear brand called Omomi and a coaching practice called 360 Coaching. Also, she's the founder of Global Women Africa, an NGO focused on empowering young women through entrepreneurship training and skills acquisition. As you can see, Omomi wears lots of different hats. So welcome, Omomi.
Thank you very much.
It really is awesome to have you here today.
I'm very happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
3-time crown winner. So do you have all those 3 crowns on your shelf?
I do.
Can I borrow one?
It would fit you just fine.
Wow, it really, really is nice to have you here with me today.
Thank you.
So like I said, we're going to be discussing importance of failure.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yes.
And I would like us to delve right in. And my very first question is, what role does failure play in goal setting?
That's a very good question, because you're setting goals, right? Because you don't want to, you want to be intentional about your living. You want to be intentional about things you want to do. However, when you're setting goals, you have to take failure into consideration.
How
You
so?
have to prepare yourself. You have to be self-aware enough to know that you are planning because you want to be intentional. However, it may not go as planned. And also it helps you build resilience, because no matter what, you're going to make it happen. You're going to get up again. If this doesn't go, this is going to go. I'm going to do it this way and this going. So goal setting, you have to have, I'm not saying have failure at the back of your mind, but failure is an opportunity to know what you are doing wrong. failure is an opportunity to get it right. So just because, if you don't think about failure, if you don't think about how wrong it may get, then you won't be challenged enough to even do the goal in the first place, to even set the goal in the first place.
What about past failure? Does that come into play?
Oh, absolutely. Past failure gives you experience, it gives you knowledge, and it helps you even set your goals. It helps you while you're mapping out your life, while you're setting your goals.
Yeah. So why are people scared of failure?
I think it's a natural thing. You know, people are afraid to fail because for them, it gives them a self-reflection that they're not good enough to do something. It makes them feel embarrassed, ashamed, and you feel people are watching you, even if nobody's watching you. And so it's that feeling of being insignificant. And a lot of us attach our values to things, to material things, to status, to fame, to projects. So when those things fail, they don't fail, we fail. But then, you know, just because you're creating a mess. I remember some lady was saying that her daughter was playing with toys, and she came in and said, you're creating a mess. You're such a mess. And the daughter said, this is like a 5-year-old, and she said, no, I'm creating a mess, but I'm not a mess. Just because I'm creating a mess, I'm not a mess.
Wow.
So just because you fail doesn't mean you are a failure. They're two different things.
Exactly.
So, you know, I feel like we attach ourselves to those things that failed, and it brings shame and embarrassment.
So when you're setting your goals, how do you then make failure, or the concept of failure, relevant in goal setting?
When you're setting your goals, you do research, you ask questions, you ask people that have been there before. What did they do wrong? What did they do right? And you prepare your mind, because you know, okay, this is where this person failed at that. This is where this person failed at that. I'm going to make this work. But then things happen. Life happens. You want your goal to work. You want your plan to take action the same way you planned it to. But then just because you fail doesn't mean that, oh, that's the end of the project. Okay, how do I not do this next time? And then you do it again. Failure is an event. It happened one day. It doesn't mean that thing is not going to work. You just have to realize.
But you then change your strategy.
Of course, absolutely. You look at the strategy that's not working, the strategy that caused you to fail, and then you do what will cause you to win. When they were building the airplane, the first airplane in the world, they failed so many times. But then they realized, okay, while they were failing, this is how not to build a plane. And then they eventually, if they had given up, or if they said, oh, failure is the end, then we won't have airplanes today.
Very true. Very true. But how do you then put a fail-safe in goal setting, being mindful of failures?
Now, you never know what's really going to happen. You can only try your best, and you can plan ahead. However, you have to understand that you can't be too careful, because if you're too careful, then you might as well not try at all. You know, I have friends that I take risks and have done, we were talking and, you said you've done so many businesses. There were some I failed at. I didn't even remember I failed at it. I just remember I stopped doing it.
Very true.
But then I have friends that have not done anything. They didn't do anything in their 20s because they did not want to fail. So right now, they have no history. But I have history. And that's life. But who has more history about failure? I do. But who has more history about successes? I do as well. Because I quickly learned from my failures. But when you're feeling too safe, at the end of the day, you end up not doing anything. It was J.K. Rowling that said, it's important for you to fail in life, because not living at all is failure. You might as well, living consciously, too consciously, and being too safe is not even living life at all. And then that is failure, without you even knowing.
Very true, very true. So I'm going to take us a few steps back. You had said that failure and
being a failure
are not the same thing. Can you please expand on that?
So you learn from your experience. You are not the experience.
You learn from your experience.
You learn from your experience. You're not the experience. So, for example, if I go to an event, right? I went to the event. I'm not the event. If I snore, right? Snoring is not who I am, but I snore. So when I'm introducing to myself to you, I'm not going to say I'm a snorer. No, you're not a snorer. You snore. There are things that you can do to stop snoring. That's not your original being. So just because you failed doesn't mean you are a failure. There's so many other things that you will win at in life, whether you like it or not. And there are things that you will fail at in life, whether I like it or not. So you can't be two things. Which one are you? Are you a failure or are you a success? Oprah got... they removed her from TV because they said her nose was too wide.
Very true.
Steve Jobs seemed to fail at 30 because they took his company from him. Einstein didn't talk till he was 4, and people thought that he was going to be a failure. They told him he was going to be a failure. Walt Disney told him that the company fired him because they told him he lacked imagination. So what if he had called himself a failure? In fact, you'll be surprised that them telling him that he lacked imagination helped him build creativity, helped him build imagination. Because when people tell you something, it challenges you. So after that, you'll be surprised that he now became who he was meant to be.
And that goes back to the benefits.
Exactly. Failure. Failure. So Walt Disney, for example, you're working somewhere, they tell you lack imagination. You go with the tail behind in the middle of your legs and think, oh, I lack imagination. How can I get imagination? He failed, but then he thought, okay, how can I get what I failed at?
And he began to set his goals.
Failure builds creativity. It gives you knowledge. It helps you grow. It builds experience. It gives you resilience. It builds character. It builds strength. It makes you stronger. It helps you become a more compassionate person. Failure has many benefits, and some of us go through that hole and darkness without even realizing the benefits that it's giving you. Sometimes it even gives you solitude, because you step away and you start thinking, what happened? Why did this happen in my life? And you start becoming more self-aware.
Yes.
And you become a better person.
Wow. It's awesome, because here's the thing. You've said, as human beings, we can be negative and positive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And when negative things happen, we hold on to it.
Oh yeah.
And there's that saying where they say the brain does not hear the negative parts. You only hear the rest of it, but not the negative part. So you've associated a seemingly negative word, failure, with a myriad of positive words.
Oh, yeah.
And hopefully that's going to begin to create a shift in a lot of people's perspectives.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really, really happy about that.
Oh, yeah.
So let's bring it back to social media era. Yeah? We're still on the topic of goal setting. Yeah. But in setting our goals in today's era, social media is a big part of it. Has the concept of failure been negatively or positively impacted by the social media era that we live in?
I'll say failure is a part of being a human being. Is a part of our life. So whether there's social media, whether there's no social media, failure is still there. Success is still there. As a matter of fact, I think social media is helping because it's giving more information. It's giving more knowledge. People are becoming wiser. People are becoming self-aware. Self-awareness is now a thing. Self-discovery is now a thing. Mental wellness is now a thing. So it's really helping people understand that, okay, failure is, a lot of people are failing, but then I can be a success. However, there's also the other part that people are seeing successes because we put our best foot forward on social media. Yes. So it's a yin-yang situation. It depends on the human being. It depends on you and how self-aware you've become enough to take and give or take and remove what you see on social media. So social media is helping us, but at the same time, it is making a lot of people really, really feel like failures at the same time. So for me, for example, social media doesn't make me feel like a failure. I learn from social media. As a matter of fact, I see people doing better than me. I'm like, okay, how is this person doing it? Oh, that's nice, that's nice. But you know, people are putting their best, so you can't believe everything that you see.
True.
However, it challenges you.
Yes.
Right? But then there's some people that see it and immediately feel depressed. But no, take it up as a challenge. Everyone is trying to live their best life, really. Everyone is trying. No one has lived this life before. We're all trying to live it. So social things will happen. Other things will happen. Things will explode in this life. And you have to be able to have that self-awareness to guard yourself and have that self-discovery for yourself, because social media, as we know it, it's not going anywhere.
Very, very true. I want to take you back to a couple of things that you've done. One of the things you do is you empower young women, yeah, and you teach them skills acquisition.
Yes.
So when you're helping them set their goals, what impact does failure have in goal setting for them? Because a lot of these people, I'm assuming, are not necessarily women who are earning that much. They're probably, you know, borderline in terms of earning capacity. And a lot of people in that bracket would consider themselves having failed either themselves or their family. How do you take that into account when you're helping them set their goals?
So when we're setting goals, we look at the 12 critical areas of your life. And you
The
realize
12 critical
12
areas.
critical areas of your life. We have work, career, business. We have finance, money and wealth. We have health and wellness. We have energy and passion. We have achievement and success. We have home and family. We have friendship and social network. We have peace and contentment. We have the 12 critical areas, right? And it's very important to look at your life holistically. And when you do that, the first time we go through that process, you realize that you're living an unbalanced life. Are we going to call that a failure? No. Everyone is living an unbalanced life to a certain extent, but what we want to do is to help you try to live a balanced life and a life that is in harmony. So first of all, you rate yourself and you see, oh, I'm 20% in home and family because I'm focusing too much on work, business, and career. And on the long run, it's going to harm me. It seems all good now, but on the long run, it's going to harm you. So we try to balance it up by giving you different techniques and different ways where you can balance it up so you have a complete harmonized circle, no matter how small and no matter how big. And then we take it further. We ask you different questions, and that way you are mapping out your life from your own uniqueness and from your truth. Whether you feel like a failure, whether you failed many times, whatever it is, you're building your own life. You're having a level of self-awareness. We're looking at your goal, your reality. What is your reality? What has stopped you so far? What have you done? What have you tried so far? We ask you those questions. So what has stopped you so far? You know, oh, this has stopped me. That has stopped me. What are your beliefs? What are your values? What are the negative beliefs? Oh, I don't believe there are men in Lagos. Men in Lagos have finished. Are you a failure in that regard? So I'm just saying that you cannot have success without some level of failure. And when you are having self-awareness, we are not perfect. So even during that self-discovery and self-awareness process, there are imperfections. And so you don't regard it as failure, you just regard it as your beauty. You regard it as your story. Because your story would help other people. Why do we read books? Jack Ma, Richard Branson, all of these people have failed at some time. We'll rather read that failure story than, oh, the success. Because we can see the success. But why do we go and Google them? Why do we go and try to research more about them? We do that because we want to know how they got there. And you find out that failure happened somewhere around there.
Wow. So, Amomi, I'm going to take a quick break now.
Sure.
And we're going to be back in a few moments.
All right.
desire to study law, none whatsoever. I was more inclined to fine arts. My only ambition, I would say, was to become the chief prosecutor. For me, politicians are a bit too playful. That's what I believe. And since '99, we've seen how much investment in social events, in launching some streets that you just started, and the whole day will be spent on this occasion. Rich people are generally law-abiding. We are not law-abiding. So another problem of administration is that people don't follow the rules.
Timeless Conversations, airing every Sunday at 8:30 p.m.
What we do not understand, we will stigmatize.
What you can see is the remaining of the tanker that exploded.
The suspect equally confessed.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for staying with us for a few more minutes. So, Omomi, as we were saying,
Yes.
I was listening to everything you were saying, and I was like, oh my God, I hope I remember everything. So I cannot wait to go and watch this back. For starters, I would like to be able to do my 12 critical
areas of your life. It's called life designing.
Designing.
Yes, you design it. It's a whole process. Like
Is this
people
something
in my
you can
class
do it at home without having to come for coaching classes?
Oh, no, you can't do it by yourself. I mean, you need expertise. And, being an alumni of Olushola Lanre Coaching Academy, I've been able to learn all of these skills and all of these tools. And as an integrative coach, I bring myself into it. I bring what I have, all these businesses that I told you that, I bring all of that into it. Project management, all of that. I bring all of that into it. And we map out your life.
So if I'm sitting at home, I'm listening to you, and I'm loving everything I'm hearing, give me 5 key steps that I can go and do in my house whilst I am, because I'm still setting my goals for the year. So what are the 5 key things that I can do in setting my goals and taking cognizance of past and future failures?
Okay, one of the first things that you must do is identify the 12 critical areas of your life. Very important, because if you're focusing a lot, even after doing it, one of my clients said, oh, okay, it's so much to do, it's a lot of designing, so I'm just going to focus on work and career. And then later I said, no, you can't focus on work and career, because what will happen is that while you're doing work and career, at some point you will worry. You say, oh, but my finances, oh, but I'm not having enough rest, but oh, but my health and well-being, I'm not doing exercise, oh, but. And you find that health, work and career is up here. Every other thing is down there. And when you stop during the year to worry, time starts flying. You waste 2 days, 3 days. You start worrying. What you should be doing instead is your rest, your fun, recreation and rest, or your health and well-being. So we don't want to worry. We don't want you to become stagnant. We don't want fear to creep in, because fear is like an illness. And once you get in, it starts spreading, and it will stagnate you without you even knowing. You wake up, go to work, but you're stagnated. Wow. So mapping out your life and planning your 2022, you need to know the 12 critical areas of your life so you can plan accordingly. So that's the one first. The second thing I'll say is, what are your values and your beliefs? We are a sum up of our beliefs, your thoughts, your mind, and there's a mind and body relationship. So what is in your mind speaks to your body speaks to your brain. So if they are not in alignment, you get frustrated, you get depressed. You have to be in a relationship for 2 years before you get married. Isn't that self-sabotage already? You want to get married 2022, you have 1 year, 12 months, but then you believe that you need 2 years to be in a relationship. No, that means your goal is not aligning with your beliefs. That means you need 3 years to be. Oh, my mom used to do it this way. Is that the way it should be done? Is there a way you can come up and create a new belief for yourself. So the second thing is, what are your values and your beliefs? Your values and your beliefs must align with your goal.
So number 3.
Number 3 is you must plan in detail.
You must
plan in detail. Have a SMART goal. It must be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. A lot of people take this for granted. It is very important. You know, I have people that have their masters during my course, and I'm saying write out your goal, and they write it out. There's no time to it. Oh, March 20th. I'm sorry, March 2022. No, you have to put March 20th, 2022. You literally have to put that. We take it for granted. No. That's number 3. Number 4, how motivated are you to do that thing? What are your options to do that thing? What are the steps you're taking apart from having a detailed goal? What's the step-by-step plan? That's number 4. Number 5, what is the consequence of you not achieving this goal? What is going to happen? Sometimes when I'm writing my goal, I put the goal there, I put the consequence, and I put how it to make me feel when I do it. Sometimes when I'm going back to look at the goal, I don't even look at the goal. I look at the consequence, oh my God, and I go and do it.
Wow.
I look at how it will make me feel, who I'll become when I do that goal. Oh, you're going to become a UN ambassador if you do this tiny goal right now. I go and do it. So those are the 5.
Those 5 things are going to be my manifesto.
Yes.
For goal setting.
Yes.
I cannot wait to watch this back.
Yes.
And you've already touched on the topics we have for the rest of January.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah?
I have to mention,
yes.
Please, you have to visualize as well. You have to see in your mind. See it, taste it, smell it, feel it.
Taste it, smell it, feel it. Thank you
Use all your
so
senses.
much, Omami.
All right.
You know, I told you that we always run out of time.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
this has been super impactful, and it's just been awesome. I can't wait to watch it again.
Yeah.
I can't wait to have you again.
I'll be happy to come.
So thank you.
You're very much
It has
welcome.
been awesome. And
Thank you.
as we chart our course for 2022, please let us begin to take cognizance of all these things we're learning. The 5 key things that Omami has talked about. I hope that we've written them down. Fumi, John, and myself will be wrapping up the show in a few minutes. So please stay tuned whilst we wrap up the show. And thank you so much for watching.
How can we have peace without justice?
Plus Politics. It's not just another political conversation, it's about keeping you in the know. The relevant interviews, asking the tough questions to those that matter. Get the answers you need. Does it mean that the people who were injured, people who were shot at, those who were involved in that stampede are not going to get justice?
It is unfortunate, it is sad that we have a government of deaf and dumb.
Analysis from top experts.
The last election was not really an election.
We feel that Obasanjo has a very special place in his heart for hating Ijaw people.
I think it really boils down to 2 things. 1, trust and accountability.
Plus Politics, every weeknight at 7 p.m. on Plus TV Africa.
I know, of course, that when you go to court, if your land is not registered, you cannot use it in court of law. Then issue of priority. I also want you to discuss priority. If your land is not registered, what happens when it comes to the issue of priority?
Basically, why people run away from registering their titles, the cost implication, because a lot of people don't even know. They just assume it's expensive, they cannot afford it. But I ask, why would you buy a land and you don't want to register it?
But you need to let them know why. What are the implications?
For your own interest, because basically, for instance, government may come tomorrow and want to revoke that title or that particular area. How do you ask for compensation if you don't have title?
Space and Style, 6:30 p.m. on Saturdays and 5:30 p.m. on Wednesdays.
Nigeria, by extension, Africa, is faced with a lot of challenges. The growing youth population with little engagement, that is a ticking time bomb. We are a blessed people with diverse culture and highly cerebral minds who have a lot to say. And yes, we are talking. It is important we drive the right conversation that informs, inspires, influences thoughts and action. If we say there's beauty in our diversity, then let us embrace our diverse culture. We must continue to courageously be the voice of transformation as we are the hope for the future. Yesterday's conversations shape today. What are you saying to shape your tomorrow? We know you have a lot to say, and we are here to hear you.
Hey, what's up, guys? You're welcome to another edition of Plus Event, and I remain your host, Ifeoluwa Oshukeye. Your absence isn't an excuse anymore, as Plus Events is all you need, as we bring you the glitz, the glamour, and loads of fun.
Oh, definitely. By no question. He's a living legend.
Oh, God forbid, Holy Ghost fire, no?
I just want to be blown away. I want to be wild. This is 11 years of doing it.
I'm surrounded by so much positivity.
No, it's okay.
Yo, what's up, my people? It's your boy Starboy Terry. You're watching
Plus Event
on Plus TV.
Stay glued to Plus TV Africa every Saturday and Sunday, 4:30 p.m. West African time.
Increase the reach of your events or business services. To advertise on Plus TV Africa, please call 0906 000 5719 or 0909 040 8408, or send an email to marketing@plusttvafrica.com. Plus TV Africa. Big stories live here.
I've come to realize that I think young people, we need to start fortifying ourselves internally. All right.
Like with the NSAS, same mistake. With Dawn College, same mistake. And I'll tell you what the mistake is. It's very simple. You cannot hold a government accountable when you don't understand how governance works. Second, you cannot hold a government that does not understand its job as government accountable when they don't understand what they are doing. That's second.
We just have to have an independent justice system to see through things like this, to hold government accountable.
But how can you even have an independent justice system when your police is inside Ministry of Interior?
I hope these politicians, they know that it's not in any, nobody has the destiny to always be great all the time. You have to work it out. If Nigeria fails, I'm sorry to say, sir, the black nation will not fail.
It is engagement we need to have.
Those who suffer miscarriages are never taken into account.
Members of the National Assembly are also influence peddlers.
So, Omaomi,
Yeah.
that was really, really good.
I thoroughly enjoyed that session. And you see what I took away from it? Because for me, so for example, one of the things I remember when she was talking about was
when, my marriage ended and I separated, and how I felt like, oh my God, the whole burden was just on me, like, God, I'm such a failure. And I like how she said, like, look, you might have failed at this, but you're not a failure. And then how, yes, and then how I just have some clarity now that, okay, when I do get remarried, are the things I will not do, these are the things I will do differently and all of that. So it was just an aha moment for me listening to her. I totally enjoyed it.
That was a full session on failure.
It was a full session.
The takeaway for me is that, failure is like a speed bump in your route to success. So when you're able to cross it, you learn from it. And
that sounds like a quote already.
Yeah, it's one of my quotes actually. I released that quote last week, last week.
Okay. That's interesting. Yeah.
But let's talk about the nugget for today.
Your nugget for the week.
So we can wrap up the program.
Yeah. Give for plus spots, yes.
So I managed to squeeze in 2 nuggets in one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well done.
Now, yes, for this week, our nugget is this: even seasoned performers get nervous before going in front of their audiences. It's a natural, normal part of being human. So again, a reminder here that we shouldn't be too worried about being nervous in front of our audiences. It's a natural thing. So when you preoccupy your mind too much with your nervousness, it affects your performance. I mean, see, look at Pharaoh. She doesn't think about nervousness anymore.
Yeah.
She just goes and she does it.
No, it's called fake it till you make it.
No, but actually, you have done a good job, but I don't even think she's just worried about it. It just comes in.
And you see, it's no longer fake it till you make it. It's now fake it till it becomes a part of you.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's more realistic. So again, our nugget, even seasoned performers get nervous before going in front of their audiences. It's a natural, normal part of being human. So be human.
All right. Be human. Yes. So what are we talking about next week, Pharaoh?
Next week,
what
I'm
should the
super
audience look
excited
forward?
because, like I was saying to Omami, she has already touched on the things we're talking about. Next week, we're going to be looking at the importance of self-care, which was one of the 12 things that she talked about.
Yeah.
We're going to look at it from all the different angles, looking after yourself, making sure you don't burn out, mind, body, and soul.
So, yeah.
And I also even have to talk about what we're talking about at the end of January, because she talked about it as well. Looking at the SMART objectives.
Yes.
At the end of January, we're talking about our execution plan. I remember we're going to be doing SMART objectives, SWOT analysis on ourselves, and we're going to be talking about procrastination.
Oh, wow.
And so, on that note, we say goodbyes on the show today.
Everybody must watch.
Everybody must watch. And then there'll be a replay. There'll be a replay of the show, tonight and tomorrow. So
what time is
thank you very the replay is just right after the 10:30 p.m. news tonight, and then tomorrow I think by 9:30 a.m. in the morning.
So see you again tonight, tomorrow, and next week.
All right, thank you.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye for now.